Migration Flows and Migration Policies, a Global Analysis. I would like to introduce to you Professor François Héran, head of the newly created chaire Migration and Societies, Migration et Société, at the Collège de France. Collège de France is a public higher education and research institution. This is a unique case of this kind of college in the world and has no equivalent abroad. Since the 16th century, Collège de France has had the mission to be a forum for cutting-edge research and teaching. French Institute in India and Embassy of France in India is honored to collaborate with Habitat Center, to collaborate with Collège de France in Paris, with this prestigious institution to create an itinerant chair of Collège de France in India, which means that every year the French Institute in India will welcome 3 professors from Collège de France in different disciplines, social sciences, but also sciences. The objective is really to create a dialogue between the audience, between specialists, scholars. Professor François Héran was in Bangalore these last 2 days, and he gave different lectures to scholars, but not only scholars and specialists of demography or migration in societies. I would like also to warmly thank Miss Bidin Singh for welcoming the chair itinérante du Collège de France, chair itinérante of Collège de France, at Habitat Center. So we hope that it becomes like a rendezvous, an annual meeting with specialist or not specialist in Delhi, and Professor François Héran and all professors invited in India will travel in north part of India, east, west, and south. So it's not an exclusive event in Delhi. So thank you so much. And now, to begin the evening, I would like to call to Professor François Héran to come to the podium. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for this invitation. Thank you to the French Institute in India. Thank you for Habitat Center. I'm delighted to be here and to give a conference. The title has been slightly modified in comparison with what has been announced, but it's more or less the same topic. But I think it's important, before speaking about migration policies, to have a good picture of the general picture of migration flows at a global scale. So let's begin with some data, very basic data, very well known. These data are compiled by the Population Division of the United Nations, and every 2 years it's updated. And you can see in blue the absolute number of migrants enumerated across the world. And you can see that presently, in the recent year, it's about 260 million people. And in red, you can see the percentage it represents related to the global population. And you can see that, in fact, this percentage is relatively low. It's only 3.4%. So I'm sorry, but from time to time I will use a comma instead of a point. It's a question of it's a pure convention. You will be able to convert. So 3.4% of the world population is presently living on a permanent basis, at least for 1 year. This is an international definition. Is living on a different country, not the country of birth, but another country. And this is an international definition accepted by all countries. So only 3.4. Of course, you can increase a little this number, taking into account the clandestine or the irregular people, but it's not that easy, because a lot of people registered as regular migrants have passed through a period of irregularity. So the frontier between regular and irregular people is not waterproof. It's something much more complicated, and if you have questions about this distinction between regular and irregular, I shall be able to give some answers. So you can increase this percentage. You can maybe think that there are at least 5% of the world population that one day has migrated and then get back. But as a whole, the proportion, the share of the world population that has migrated is relatively low. 95% at least of the world population has never migrated. Migrated in the sense of an international migration, to be born in one country and living on a permanent basis in another. Why? Why is this average so low? Because migration is a very sensitive issue. Everybody talks about migration. It's in the public debate. And one of the reasons is India. Because in fact, if you look at the two demographic hypergiants, China and India. China and India has a very low emigration rate, because these two huge planets are complete worlds to some extent, and they have an important internal migration, so that people can, well, improve their condition by migrating within the country without being obliged to get out.